I don't know if I loved Utah yesterday. I don't know if I love UCF. They ran the ball really well, but I have question marks still for both of these schools. And you're going, Drake, they won by so many points. I like what Kansas did. Like Kansas could be a little bit better though. And let me get all the excuses you want to give. Can I pause for a second? All the excuses you want to give. First game of the season, new quarterback, new offense, whatever that's the case for your school. I want you to take the rose-colored glasses off for a second and say, hey, there was a hole here. That's the coaching staff's doing. We can do the same thing. Here are my first thoughts on Utah. I was at the game in Rice Eccles, my first game in Rice Eccles. There was a very good tweet that a fan from Utah sent me that said, hey, don't judge us for this, basically. Like, Utah fans don't really get up for FCS games. And that's one of the first things that I felt walking in there was just, this experience is not what I was sold on. The tweet from Crimson Chaos says, welcome to Utah. I hope you make the trip for the Holy War 2, which will be much better, I'm sure. The stadium tends to be fairly tame here against FCS teams, especially on weekdays. The rich folks in back seats did not like to go to blowouts. Stadium wasn't full. Student section was loud. They didn't show up for kickoff. It just wasn't the experience at Rice Eccles that I was promised, the loud experience. I didn't get that. Students were good. Here are the notes that I had. I took notes at the game. Had a couple drinks pregame, by the way. So these notes are kind of funny. First one, Under Armour bad. We got to change that. Students good, vibe bad. Compared to the two games I've been to BYU twice. I know you hate to be compared to BYU. I've been to BYU twice. One of them was a big game, top 15 matchup, huge. The crowd's going to be great. The other was against Cincinnati, and nobody really cared, but the place was still rocking. Or fire twirlers. I didn't get that vibe. The flags, elite, wild. Then right after putting flags or elite, I wrote all caps, quiet. Because it was. Rising is good when his players are wide open. Southern Utah was really, really bad defensively. Really bad. And I thought that the entire game plan from a Utah offensive standpoint, spectacular, dude. Spectacular. Like, let's get wheel beats man every time. Let's get Brant Keithy involved. I wrote here, Brant Keithy is my king. He is wildly good. I needed to see Cam Rising do something where I was like, oh, he escaped, and then he threw a dot. Instead, what I got was, that guy's wide open, you kind of underthrew him. Or Brant Keithy's wide open, you threw it to him. I didn't, and this is not a knock. I just need to see, against better competition, what Cam Rising can actually do. 5 touchdowns, great. But if you watch the game, like you at home have a decent shot at throwing to a wide open guy. Unless your name is KJ Jefferson. We'll get there. I wrote on top of the Brant Keithy thing, didn't lead receivers across the field. Rising was short with his receivers. Didn't love that. One throw and an out route was impressive. One read city. My buddy looked at me and goes, that guy? One read city. Yeah, he's just hitting the first guy because he's wide open. Southern Utah didn't exist. If he bruises a pinky, Utah dies. The backup, Zach Wilson's brother, monumentally bad at football. Oh my gosh. I hope he gets better. And I hope Cam Rising doesn't get hurt. Because if he does, bad. Wiley play calling was great. Caleb Lohner did what Caleb Lohner does. Drops his first touchdown up, wide open touchdown opportunity. Like, he on the basketball court would kick the ball out of bounds. He'd be like, that's Caleb Lohner. Then he ends up catching a touchdown because Caleb Lohner just doesn't make... This is another good one. Zach Wilson's brother, bad. His mom is probably in the student section. Sorry. I sat away from the bowl so I could hear the thing toward me. No, wasn't really allowed. And I wanted it to be. It's an FCS school, I get it, but you're number 12 in the country. Defense was elite. Big moments, elite. Third down, elite. Fourth down, elite. Jalen Glover, the Bernard kid, strong. Wheel routes, Brant Keithy, the Bad Moon Rising thing. I stood up. It's like, Cam Rising's back. I see a bad. Everybody's getting excited. Good. Favorite part of the night, though, far and away. And it should be something Utah did. It's not. When Southern Utah lined up for a field goal to score its first points of the game, it looked like it was going in. So I'll give it to the kid. I was sitting right next to the Southern Utah band, and this poor kid just holds up his trombone to play the fight song because he thought it went in. It didn't go in. So like, he's just like trombone to mouth, and then you just see he lowers it. No fight song for us. The field goal is no good. You shut him out. That part was good. UCF. How do I put it? His name's KJ Jefferson. He's an elite quarterback and an elite rusher, has so much ability, a star athlete. The only downside is that the forward pass was invented in 1904. That's going to be a problem for him, likely the rest of this season. I didn't. No. I didn't get to watch the whole game because I was at the Utah game. But it's like, I'll watch the highlights, and surely they'll be highlight. No. They weren't that highlighty for him. I wanted him to be really good. I wanted him to be really, really good. He was 7 for 14 against New Hampshire, Northern Hampshire. 164 yards. Rushing, Penny Boone, RJ Harvey. Oh my gosh. Only gave the ball to RJ Harvey 11 times. He says, cool. 142 yards. Penny Boone, we're going to give it to you 7 times. Sure. 81 yards. 5 rushing touchdowns total. One of them, KJ Jefferson, because he's good. He's good on the legs thing. Loved it. Gosh dang it. That run, that long RJ Harvey 60-yard run, go watch it a million times. Great. Johnny Richardson, welcome to the fold, my man. You got 1 carry? Here's what I'm going to do for it. 22 yards. UCF adds a team, or the 1 reception touchdown. UCF as a team in the game, 54 carries, 454 yards, 5 touchdowns. The rest of you in the Big 12, look at that. Look hard with your eyes. That's good. Defense was also very good. KJ Jefferson needs to be, better at the arm thing. What Kansas is supposed to do. Same thing. Didn't exactly love Jalen Daniels, who rising, coming off an injury. KJ Jefferson's coming off those guys had funky years last year. He was just supposed to go in there and do his job. QBR 48.1. That's not very good. Devin Neal is very good. Cole Ballard. Hey, we get down to the backup like we did last year. Cole Ballard's good. He can do it. Daniel Highshaw, good. Luke Grimm, holy crap. 6 receptions for 111 yards and a touchdown. I liked that. I enjoyed that very much. Defensively for Kansas, Mello Dotson. Sorry, I didn't, sorry that I disrespected your game. I didn't know, bruh. I am a big fan of Kansas this year. I remember my Big 12 championship. They were good. Could have been better, yeah. Jalen Daniels could have just run for 700 yards and thrown for 800, but he didn't. Am I just expecting too much out of these teams? We're Big 12 teams playing Lindenwood, guys. I'm not the crazy person. Win by a lot of points, please. Would make me happy. Coming up, let's break down every game that's coming up on Saturday. Locked on Big 12. Locked on Podcast Network, your team every day. Today's show is brought to you by 5 Hour Energy. Sometimes I'm tired. And when I'm tired, I drink a 5 Hour Energy. After the BYU, or no, that's tomorrow. After the Utah game, I was tired. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do a podcast to recap all of this jazz, I need a 5 Hour Energy. So I'm going to be up for a long time. Grab a 5 Hour Energy when you're watching sports, before workout, after sports. Get in the zone. 5 Hour Energy shots give you the feeling of alertness and energy you need to get in the zone. So with 0 sugar, convenient portable size, it's a perfect pick-me-up for getting stuff done. The 5 Hour Energy website gives flavors like watermelon, tropical burst, grape. Try them all. Grape. On the site, you even have the option to build a 12 or 24 pack of your own. Choose the flavors. Right now, go to 5hourenergy.com. The number 5, hourenergy.com. Get some 5 Hour Energy today. Use promo code LOCKEDONCFB to receive 20% off your order. That's right. So if you get 20 of them, that's 4 off. If you get 25 of them, that's 5 off. This order is only valid until September 30th. On one order, cannot be used with other promotions. Code is not good on subscription orders. Go to 5hourenergy.com. Do it today.